Hello students, today in this video we are going to study about one of the most important cell organelle, that is plastid. Basically this is found in the plant cell. So before understanding this plastid, have you ever wondered that why the green leaves are green in color? Why the chilies are red in color? Why the capsicum you eat that is of yellow color or red color? Why they all having the plants, some plants having different colored leaves? Why the plants having different colored parts present in it? Yes, the reason behind it is plastid. So due to the presence of plastid, you will find the different colors in the plants. And it is the basic feature of plant cell. You will not find plastid in the animal cell. And it is also found in the some of the bacteria like cyanobacteria. It is also known as blue-green algae. Plastids is also semi-autonomous. We already understood this term, semi-autonomous. Like mitochondria is also semi-autonomous because they contain their own DNA and ribosomes, and from it they can synthesize their own protein. And it is discovered by Ernst Haeckel. First of all, it is discovered by Ernst Haeckel, and they are also double membrane structure like mitochondria. So we understood a basic structure of plastid. Now before understanding the structure and location of the plastid, first we will try to find out what are the types of plastids. There are three different types of plastid found. First one is your chromoplast, leucoplast and chloroplast. So first, chromoplast. Chromo means colored. So these plastid contain colored pigment. So this type of plastid contain colored pigment. So when the red colored is present due to the lycopene and the rhodoplast. So here I given the example that chilies of red color. So why the chilies are red in color? Due to the presence of chromoplast, and that is of red colored chromoplast, that is lycopene pigment. Second one is your yellow colored pigment, that is carotenoids. The capsicum is here, that is of yellow color due to the yellow color pigment called carotenoids. And next one is your orange color pigments, that is called xanthophyll. Now the second one is your leucoplast. So this type of plastid does not contain any type of pigment. It means you will not find any pigment or any color in it. There are basically two types, amyloplast and elioplast. So this amyloplast store the starch. Basically this plastid is used for the storage of substance. So amyloplast helps to store the starch and elioplast help to store oils. Next one is chloroplast. You all know about the chloroplast, the green color pigment, and the most of the part of plants are green in color and leaves are green in color. Why? Due to the presence of green pigment called chlorophyll. And due to this chlorophyll, they can able to do photosynthesis because this chlorophyll pigment absorbs sunlight, and in the presence of carbon dioxide and water they produce glucose, and this is present in this is called chloroplast. So we understood that what is plastid and what are the types of plastid. Now we are going to find out the structure of plastid. So basically I have taken the structure of chloroplast. So chloroplast is one of the very important type of plastid, and you will find it in the leaves. They are double membrane structure that we already discussed, that the plastids are, all plastids are double membrane. So chloroplast is also double membrane, that is your outer membrane, inner membrane, and there is a space present in between, it is called intermembrane space. And these small coin-like structure, so one coin is known as thylakoids, one coin is known as thylakoids, and these thylakoids contain chlorophyll. This thylakoid is the region where the chlorophyll pigment is present. So the chlorophyll pigment, the green color of the leaves is due to the chlorophyll pigment, and this chlorophyll is present in this thylakoids. And when the thylakoids stack one above the another, when this thylakoid, when lots of at least 3-4 thylakoids stacked with each other, and this is called your granum. This is called your granum. So this whole part is known as granum, stack of thylakoids, and in between it there is a presence of fluid structure that is called stroma. So this is the basic structure of chloroplast. Now function of plastid. So basically we found that why all they provide the colors to the different parts of the plants like leaf, fruits, flowers. So plastids are provide the colors to the plants, and the chloroplast is helpful for the photosynthesis, and they are also known as the storage organ like amyloplast. They store the starch. So plastid play a very important role in photosynthesis, that your green color pigment, that is chloroplast, helps in the photosynthesis. So this is all about the plastid. Now some of the important cell organelles. So first that is your centriole. Centriole is basically cylindrical organelle. You will find centriole like this tube like structure, basically cylindrical or tube like structure you will found, and they are present near the nucleus. And they are cylindrical organ composed of protein, tubulin protein. Helps in the cell division and separation of chromosome. Basically it works in during the cell division and the formation of cilia and flagella. So basically cilia and flagella, you will in the some microorganism you will find the this thread like structure, that is called cilia. So these cilia and the flagella like structure you will found in the small microorganism. So like in Euglena you will find the flagella. So they helps in the cell movement. They help in the movement of any organism. So these are centrioles are basically helps in the cell division and the formation of cilia and flagella. Second one of the most important, it is also important, and that is your ribosomes. You studied this word ribosomes in many places, in like in your endoplasmic reticulum, where in the rough endoplasmic reticulum they contain the ribosomes. These ribosomes are present in cytoplasm as well as they are attached to the endoplasmic reticulum, rough endoplasmic reticulum that you already studied, and they help in the protein synthesis. Basically their function is that is protein synthesis, and these ribosomes are present in each and every organism. The different unicellular, multicellular, all type of animal organism contain ribosomes. And basically it is looks like this, they contain a large unit and the small unit. So they are basically found in the cytoplasm in a separated form, but during the protein synthesis they comes close. So you will study this ribosomes in your higher classes in details.